Good morning, and welcome to episode 106 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. Well, this week, our world's elites are gathering in Davos, Switzerland for the World Economic Forum. This year, the topics on the agenda for discussion as they figure out how to solve all the world's problems are climate change, war in Ukraine, inflation, and the fragile world economic order. I'm glad we have our best people on the job, and I'm sure they'll figure it out within a week's time at a ski resort in Switzerland as they go ahead and take their private jets to meet and figure these things out. Here at home, we saw the CPI figure come out last week, a little bit lower than we saw the previous month, but still 6.5% higher is inflation than it was 12 months ago. So we have seen prices inflate over the past year, even though it's trending down. Let's make no mistake about it, everything is more expensive this year. PPI is due out today at 8:30 Eastern Time. We'll be looking closely to see if that number is also receding. We had a reading of 7.5 last month, and obviously the PPI feeds in to consumer prices, so we'll keep an eye on that. The dollar continues the weakening trend it showed the last quarter of 2022, where it gave up about 10% or half of its gains on the year in 2022 in the last quarter. Of course, that all translated almost directly into gold, which was up 10% in the same quarter, and the dollar continues to weaken. That is a trend we continue to follow, and we expect it will have an impact and a positive one on precious metals, which continue to hold here in the new year, their price gains. Let's take a look at those prices. Gold today is at $1,915.30 an ounce. That's up 1.6% from $1,885.10 last week. Silver's up 1.2%, not quite keeping pace with gold. It's at $24.32 an ounce, up from $24.03 last week. Platinum is down 3.9%, almost 4%, to $1,061 an ounce from $1,104 last week. And palladium down 2.1% to $1,818 an ounce from $1,857. With gold slightly outpacing silver last week, your gold-silver ratio, the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy 1 ounce of gold, is up to 79.04 from 78.73 last week. And as I mentioned, the dollar continues to weaken. Now, this was at a height last year of about 116, 117, I believe, at one point in time, up 20% on the year. It's down now to 102.09, and that is down also in the week from 103.28 last week. My concerns are about what's going on in this economy and how people are coping with it. The world is dealing with inflation, and the world is struggling to do so. Here in the U.S., nearly half of households, about 46%, are starting to carry balances on their credit cards. We're seeing nearly $1 trillion, $925 billion in credit card debt. In the third quarter, we'll be looking for fourth quarter figures coming up, especially with all the holiday shopping. And household total debt is at $16.51 trillion here in the U.S. I've said this before, I'll say it again. These are tough economic times, and people right now are paying for needs. That's food, that's things of this nature. They're paying for things they need, not things they want. They're paying for things they need with credit. This is not the sign of a strong economy based on fiscally strong households. I'm concerned going forward. Make sure you're looking at precious metals to help protect you, your finances, for your family. To help you sort all this out, we've got a great webinar coming up next week, Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. My co-host Adrian Day of Adrian Day Asset Management, and I will welcome the one and only Rick Rule. You can go ahead and sign up if you haven't done already, along with this email, to register for the event. And we look forward to having you. We're going to cover energy in general, uranium specifically. We're going to talk about last year, what went right, what went wrong. We'll look at this year and our forecasts and how to protect your portfolios going forward. As always, we want you to go ahead and subscribe to us and like us on the YouTube channel. Send us your comments. Sign up for our social media and our newsletters and alerts with Asset Strategies International. But the most important thing you got to remember is that getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.